What's the Instagram phone's dead?
Oh, it's not dead.
It's not dead.
Oh, shoot. Here we go. We're live. Getting everything set up here.
Ah, it says we're live. Live.
Oh,
When
goodness sakes.
Fresh Lily.
There we go.
Yay.
Start live video on Instagram. Start
Checking
live
connection.
video on Facebook. There we go. Live show started. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, we got Instagram live right
Instagram
there.
Live. Yay.
Facebook live.
Yay.
Yeah, we got this time. We're gonna get Facebook. Our heads won't be chopped off.
Oh, that's a good thing. We like our heads.
So we got let's see how many people we got on. Nobody's on yet.
14 people.
No, that's chat rate.
Oh.
We got people on right here. It hasn't.
I paint
nothing-
live people. Andrew. Oh, I hear it. I hear
There's
it.
some echoing.
That was him. That
Oh.
was him.
So
Who is our first person on tonight?
Yeah,
We have a
let's see.
couple people
got a
that
whole-
were on early.
518 painters. Chad Rockman was on pretty early. He was like
And Susan.
hanging out like early.
Animals Are Angels.
Yeah,
Has been
So-
here. So glad.
was here early. So we got Daniel Ward, 1076. We got 29 people on so far. People are
Yay.
jumping on. Ron Thrall. Hey, thanks, Ron, for coming out.
Yeah, thank
Corey
you.
Smith is in. Jeff Looker. We got who's
I need to try and read because we're looking at YouTube, but we're actually on Instagram and Facebook. So we need to welcome the people on
yeah.
Facebook.
This is I think
Pro
John.
Finish Painting.
I think isn't John? No, John's not back there on that. We got
Brian Wagner is
got-
on Facebook.
John in the background here. He's the man answering the questions right now.
We got all kinds of
Yeah,
questions.
Brian
to answer.
Wagner. Yeah, we got Eric Davis is in. James Plano.
Chest
John Harrell,
hair.
North Carolina. From Florida, Robert James. So cool. We got Wade Rent. I haven't seen him before. That's
No,
cool.
welcome.
New to the show. Cool. Look, got another new Glick Knock Painting. Hey guys, well, always appreciate it. Evan Fennelly. Got a whole bunch of new people.
Yeah,
That's
really
kinda cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Really
So
nice.
cool. We got 83 people on now, so we gotta be getting going with the show here.
Yeah. So our prayers go out to everybody in Texas, and it sounds like Louisiana.
Yeah.
We know we have a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, and people in this community that are in Texas. So
Yeah. So
we need to figure out if there's something we can do.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
gotta get through the storm, but
yeah.
after the storm,
Yeah. So
painters lose equipment and stuff. So
Jeremy Hoffpower, he's been watching for years. Pete Brubaker, Kansas. Michael Hurtado. So the live show tonight, tonight's topic is back rolling and back brushing and what we back roll and brush. We get a lot of questions on that subject, back rolling and back brushing, and what do we back roll and back brush. And there's a whole lot of different scenarios when it comes to back rolling and back brushing. So we'll be talking about that tonight, try to answer a lot of your questions. If you have any questions, just throw them down when it comes to back rolling and back brushing down in the comment section below there. And on YouTube, John he's in the background. He'll be talking tonight too, but he's answering your questions. So when it comes to back rolling, back brushing, if you got any written questions, and we'll try to, if you have some, they catch our attention, we'll get them on the air. But tonight's topic is back rolling, back brushing. What do you see?
Jason from Texas. So pray that you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do got a few giveaways tonight.
No, we have a really exciting one. This is
yes,
really exciting
so,
because of this community.
Instagram, because of you guys following us and
Instagram.
subscribing to us.
I love the Instagram people.
When you do that, it looks really
Okay.
funny. in
I
the
know. I'm trying though.
You
Okay,
should,
we're super excited.
video. You should have like the iPad or your phone. You could use your phone
Okay.
and follow the stream on
They
your
don't
phone
look so-
instead of putting your face on
Okay,
there.
I'll
'Cause
try to
looks
do
really
that.
funny.
Okay, sorry.
Especially when you go back and watch it.
Okay. I don't like
People are trying
watching
to figure
it.
out what the heck
I don't like to watch it.
the pimples on your face are for. I just kidding.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
But
We were celebrating. We were in a celebration
But,
mood. And you just ruined it.
You don't want to put yourself into the microscope
stop.
when you get so
Stop.
close like that.
Stop.
Yeah, so...
Okay. I've lived
I'm just
with you long
warning you.
enough. I've lived under the microscope.
So on Instagram, here's Instagram Live. We got a handful of people on there. We're giving away the Titan RX Pro gun, and you had to have gotten on Instagram. You had to have liked the picture and left a comment. And I selected one person out of there here just recently, and I sent them a message on Instagram, and they had to show up on the live show to claim it. So the Titan RX Pro gun.
Who is that?
It's like a couple $100.
So who is the winner? Can we announce it right now?
Am I supposed to say it?
Yeah. Right now. The winner?
Brad Kirk is the winner. So Brad Kirk, he's the winner of the Titan RX Pro gun. So we'll wait to see. John will look to see if he shows up here. I messaged him and told him he's going to have 10 minutes to claim it once I announce it. I haven't seen him on here yet, but we'll see. Let's see. DERN. Have you heard from Richard Murray from DFW Crayon?
No.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I have not heard from Richard.
I don't know. That's a little inland more than Houston.
Yeah, he's...
So I haven't heard them.
Dallas, Fort Worth area. Yeah, I better... I'll just have to text him after the show and see how he's doing. I see a bunch of new names on here, so it's kind of cool. We got some more giveaways here. Reach down there for the giveaways. They're right below you. They were the two boxes right there.
This?
Not that one, the other box. So we got
the box underneath it?
Yeah, on my website, you had to go to my website and enter to win. We were giving away a Titan PowerTex texture gun. There you go. Provided by Titan, so kind of cool. So we're selecting somebody off off my website, theidahopainter.com, where I always got stuff on there I'm giving away. So you had to enter on there to win, and that's being selected, tonight. So we're gonna give away that. Next week I'm gonna be giving away a test. I've been testing out the Graco Pro Shot, and this is people keep asking me how you eliminate spits, with your spray guns. And Graco, it's not Pro Shot, it's Clean Shot. The Graco Clean Shot. This goes, especially when you're using really long extensions. We use 30-inch gun extensions, and if you put this on the end of your gun extension, you won't have spits no more. We kind of just learned how to deal with them. But this thing, because it does put a lot of weight on the end of the gun, and as weak as I am, it hurts my wrist too much. But I've been testing out. It does really work. It really works. So I'm going to give this away next weekend on the show. It's not a cheap little device. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
It was kind of cool. I got a notification that you're going live in a half hour. How do people get notifications? If they want to see us live on YouTube.
Oh yeah, so if you want to get notified, when if you subscribe to my channel, right next to the subscribe button, once you subscribe, it kind of turns it gray and it shows that you're subscribed. Right next to it, there's this little bell, and you just click on that little bell, and it's a notification bell. And if you click on that bell, it allows you to get notified when every time I go live, it's gonna pop up on your phone, and you'll be notified that we're live. So it's kind of cool. So make sure you click the notification bell.
Yeah. Definitely do that. So we are celebrating because of you. People have subscribed to Instagram, and so that was a big mile marker for us. So thank you, and thank you for sharing your pictures. Thank you for tagging us. What's tags? Paint Life? Is that a good tag?
Yeah, tag us Paint Life, or that's hashtag Paint Life, and hashtag the Idaho Painter and Idaho Painter. But make sure if you got some really cool photos, tag us in those photos, because then it puts it on my Instagram page, and I love it when you tag me, and then if you tag me, I can repost it if it's really cool. I repost them on my own Instagram. So I got some people that tag me quite a bit, and I like it. It's pretty cool. Richard,
how is Dallas Fort Worth area?
So Richard's on.
Yeah, hopefully it's not.
Yeah, let us know, Richard, how you doing. We got some people asking, how you're doing. So if you give us an update, you're on here, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, definitely very good sign.
Paint Tech Academy's on.
2 in the morning. Thank you so much for being with us. We love growing this community where we can all share ideas and learn and get better.
Yeah. If you, John, if you see Brad Kirk get on, let me know.
And make sure send an email.
Andrew Slovacek Doghouse, Chris.
Yes, I would say so.
Whoa, for what?
Because you said I had pimples.
And no, I didn't say you had.
I didn't even have them when I was a teenager.
You had some. I just said they would be.
I didn't even have them when I was a teenager.
It's like
I know I'm getting older, but.
So let's talk about back rolling and back brushing. And people will ask me, why don't we back brush and back roll? And then people ask me if we do. But I think some people get wrapped up into believing that you have to back roll and back brush everything, and you definitely don't. And there's certain situations where it does help, and it's appropriate, and it's what a professional painter should do. And then there's times when it's absolutely not necessary, and then there's times when it would make your job worse, or not improve the job, or make it not look good. Why'd you point to that?
It says Brad's on Instagram Live, so we just need Brad to send us his email address. Brad Kirk is our winner.
So he's on Instagram Live?
He's on YouTube too. He's been on live Instagram. Yay.
There you go, Brad.
Perfect. Email us.
Brad, you're the winner. Thanks for getting on Instagram. Thanks for following us. Thanks for getting on there and telling us why you need the gun. Brad got on there, told me that he had LX80 gun, which is a Titan gun. Said it was all in shambles, and said he'd appreciate a new one. And so his comment caught my attention. So and so I selected him. He's the winner. So getting on back to back rolling and back brushing, and here so I'll talk about a scenario when you won't and when it would be bad, and doing metal siding or a vinyl siding. And if you're painting siding or anything that's really smooth, there is absolutely no point to back rolling and back brushing, because back rolling and back brushing, the whole point of doing it is if you got like a porous surface, you have real grainy wood, you got really rough wood, you got siding that's got blisters all over it. When you spray it with an airless sprayer, it kind of just lays this film like over the top of your surface, and it doesn't really penetrate those pores, cracks, and crevices. In back rolling and back brushing, the process is pushing it down into those pores and crevices, and ultimately in a situation like that, it's going to make the job itself, the paint job, last a lot longer and look a lot more professional. So when it comes to say siding, metal siding, if you back roll it or back brush it, it's going to leave stippling on it, and it's going to leave brush marks all over it. So you definitely wouldn't. I've seen cases where people have done painted metal doors, and they either didn't spray it and they just brushed it, and it's going to leave metal brush strokes all over the door. That's a case where we would take the door down, lay it down, and spray a nice good thick coat of paint. And by spraying a smooth surface like that, and especially down, you're going to get twice the amount of paint. You're going to do it in one coat, and you're not going to have brush strokes, which we call roping, or you're not going to have stippling, which is caused
the rollers.
By a roller.
Yeah, you don't want that. So do you have a definition for back brushing?
Yeah, I was just talking about, so the back brushing and back rolling is the process where you're going to take, for instance, on siding, when I'm spraying siding on a house, it's most ideal if you have somebody following along with you. But I would be, for instance, if John's spraying, I'm going to be right behind him back brushing it with a brush, and I want to use a big wide brush, or I'm back rolling it with a roller, and I'm using a roller to just push the paint into those cracks, crevices, blisters, pores, anything. And for instance, like a fence. So you're just back rolling and back brushing it. And usually they're going to be like rough surfaces, grainy surfaces that you wouldn't see the stippling, or it'd be very minimal. So
didn't you just put a video out showing back brushing on a fence? And a lot of people have seen that one.
So
on Instagram.
Oh, I did on Instagram. So
we're celebrating Instagram tonight.
Yeah, I think it's got like 40-some thousand views.
No, 56,000.
56,000. That was me filming John. He was spraying a fence. We were shooting a film and how to go about properly painting a fence, and the video on YouTube. I'll be posting it this Wednesday, which is tomorrow.
Okay.
So it was a really good. I've done a bunch of videos in the past on doing fences, and I'm getting better and better at doing these videos and stuff. And this is going to be the most updated and the best video we've done doing fences. And we're showing you how we're controlling overspray, but we're showing you how the fence is going to look the best by back rolling it. And this is a case when back rolling and back brushing is extremely important is doing fences. And up here, I would say 95% of all the fences are what we call the rough sawn cedar dog-eared fences, and they're extremely rough. And I would say almost majority of do-it-yourselfers, they'll go get like a pump sprayer or they'll rent a sprayer and they spray it on. And for one thing, they'll go cross the grain and just go in all these different directions and stuff, and it'll look really blotchy, and then they don't put enough on. But when doing a fence, you should go, if the pickets are up and down, vertical, you go from top to bottom and just absolutely saturate the fence. And then in order for it to last in that product, not just to sit on the top, you want it to penetrate in the fence really deep. Yeah. You want to back roll it or back brush it. And we use stain brushes. They're about, I don't know, the 4-inch wide stain brushes. And one person is just going up and down and back brushing it right behind the person staining. And so we got a video showing that whole process.
So you said fences you do, and the reason why. How about stucco walls?
So stucco, I'll let John. John has a lot of experience with stucco, so we'll let John talk about stucco here in a little bit, and how he goes about painting stucco. Because stucco is one of those things. It's kind of interesting. We don't always back roll stucco, and there are certain situations when we back roll it and certain situations when we don't. And sometimes, I mean, it can seem a little bit complicated, but it's not. Up here, there's all different types of stucco, different textures and stuff. I don't know what they call all the styles, but some of them we back roll, some of them we don't, and we'll that's kind of a little bit of a scenario we'll let John deal with here.
But so to take a little break from
we got a super chat from Andrew Slovacek. I see him on Instagram.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you very much. Everyone loves free swag. That's true.
That is true. But we're celebrating Instagram. But also we had another drawing that people entered on your website. Can you tell us about your website, how to find it, and what you have offer on there?
My website is theidahopainter.com, and there's all kinds of, there's a lot of pages on there, a lot of tips and tricks. There's stuff, even some documents I've written how to help promote your company. There's and how to advertise, even to doing door hangers and stuff. So I put a lot of stuff on there. Tips and tricks. Some of my videos are on there. On one of the pages, there's a giveaway page that I add stuff as stuff comes in to give away. Stuff that's really nice. The more expensive items I stick on my webpage for people to enter, and those items, they're on my webpage. You have to enter them there, and then we give them away to people that are on the live show. So you have to enter it. If you don't go to my webpage, you can never enter to win it. Like the spray tag, there was only, I think, like 167 people that got on and entered to win it. I think
we need to say who won. They have to be on live tonight.
Yeah. So the winner, we have the app is a Gleam app and stuff, and that we go through and pick winners and stuff. And the winner, who I saw on. He's been on here at the very beginning of the show, and I haven't seen. Let's see if I haven't seen him.
You just spooled past him really fast.
Yep. So the winner is Chad Rockman.
Chad Rockman. Woo!
Chad got on. He got on and entered to win it on my website, and Chad's from Billings, Montana.
And he's neighbors, pretty much.
Chad, he entered he was a automatic entry by subscribing, and then he answered. There was a question you have to answer, and he answered one of the questions, which gave him 2 entries, and so Chad's the winner.
Yay! So, are we gonna have any more giveaways tonight?
Yeah, we got one of them. I'm gonna give away a stud finder.
And is this the stud finder?
Yeah. So I
already found one.
Where? Wow, you're so funny.
I am funny.
Wow. So we got I got a handful of these things sent to me by AOM, and they're pretty nice stud finders. Come in this little.
I got a stud finder.
Handy. Oh,
I don't need one. That's why we're giving it away.
Okay. So we're gonna give away one of these tonight,
okay.
And yeah, to.
I distracted him.
So you can pick the winner later on.
Later on, we've done 2 giveaways. So Brad, Kurt, congratulations on the Titan gun.
Yeah.
And thank you for everybody who has subscribed to Instagram, and thank you for everybody who has hashtagged us, shared their pictures. We love seeing what you're doing. We love building this community, and just want it to be a strong support to painters out there, because you guys are making everything beautiful.
So Chris Nicholson says, "Do you see my messages?"
Chris needs to ask his question again.
Oh, he needs to ask it again.
Yeah, I haven't seen his question. Ask your question again, Chris Nicholson. Let's see, because I don't.
Yeah, what's
see
your question?
It.
It's kind of hard. It gets confusing. So, how about interior? Do we backbrush and backroll interiors? Backbrush, backroll interiors. Do we do that? We'll let John look for that.
Yeah, I'm scrolling back down, get back down here. So that's a good question. So interiors. So when it comes to backrolling and backbrushing interiors, when we're painting interiors, when we're doing repaints, we typically never spray the walls. We roll the walls because the finish always looks better if you roll it. Sometimes, occasionally, we do spray interior walls when we got rentals or people are moved out, and for speed and making money fast, you spray the walls. But roll it, typically we're doing repaints of residential homes. People already live in there and going to repaint them. We roll the walls. So I wouldn't consider that back rolling. That's just rolling. Now, when it comes to new construction, we don't do new construction anymore, but new construction, it's really important that you back roll your walls. It's very important. It's bare drywall, and it's very important that you prime with a PVA primer. And either at the point doing the PVA primer or the point of doing your final coat, you should back roll or back brush, and your paint's gonna look a lot better. If you back roll on your final coat, your touch-ups are gonna be a lot easier. So that's another case when we would back roll or back brush. If you're spraying ceilings, I would say majority, we finally come to a process of spraying ceilings. We use a product from Sherwin-Williams called Eminence, and it's a great product, and we spray the ceilings and it's flat. And the majority of products we've ever used, and especially if you're using a satin sheen or any type of sheen other than flat, if you don't back roll your ceilings, it's very, very hard not to get rid of lap marks on the ceiling. You typically always see them. If you can spray it and back roll it, the problem is ceilings are really, really hot up there, and so the paint dries really, really fast, and that's of what causes the lap marks and flashing. But if you want to spray for speed, have somebody back rolling right behind you is definitely going to help you out in that situation.
So a lot of people are saying, why don't you do new construction anymore? And I think that's one thing. It's really important to know who you are and what your goals are. And for us, we've chosen to stay a small company. And so, if we did a lot of new construction, we would probably have another crew going. And we've decided not to do that. And so we're just kind of sticking with our niche. And
I think it's
important.
It's an interesting question, because when I originally started my painting company with a good friend of mine, he didn't want to do new construction and all, and he didn't understand that. I'm just like, this is painting, this is what we do, this is how we make money. And he was very adamant that we don't do new construction. And it just didn't make any sense to me. And now that I've been painting for a lot of years, I've definitely realize there are different fields within painting, different niches and stuff, and in our niches is interior and exterior repaints of residential and commercial buildings. And new construction, and this is the problem with new construction, is you go paint a new construction house, you go paint all the walls, and then the carpet guys come in and then they ding the walls up and ding the trim up, and then the builder calls you up and he expects you to come in and fix it for free. We're on another job doing a repaint or something like that, and now we got to send somebody to come do touch-ups. And then the cabinet guys show up 3 days later and they scratch the walls up. And then it's literally, I mean, I've been called back to a house after we've completely painted the house, and I've been called back at least 10 times. And the builders literally expect you to do it for free when my job was complete. And so I'd always get in these arguments with the builders. If the concrete guy, once he does the concrete slab, if I come in as the painter and I spill paint on the concrete, then why do I have to clean it up? Why doesn't the concrete guy clean it up? And you have to understand that logic. It only makes sense. I'm supposed to clean it up because I'm the one that caused the touch up on the concrete. And so why shouldn't the plumber, why shouldn't or the electrician who's doing his final fit out, if he scratches the ceiling, or the cabinet guy or the carpet guy's absolutely
it's not a right fit for you.
No, I hated it.
Yeah. So that's why we don't do new construction. And I think, but everybody has different personalities, and I think if you do new construction, that's just part of it, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's because we're a small company, it is more of a big deal.
Yeah. You have to be patient, and you have the
He's getting better.
The touch-ups. The touch-ups are something you have to accept, that you just go back endless amount of times. But most successful new construction paint companies, a friend of mine has a very large one here, they have a touch-up crew. That's all they do. Yeah. So you have to be big enough that you have a crew of just 2 guys that just literally go around and just do touch-ups, and that's their whole paid job.
Yeah. So, and
it's kind of built into the bid. Yeah.
That definitely is. Yeah. So he's definitely gotten better, and we found our niche, and that's what we're sticking with.
So Steve Wagner says loves Solo for finishing doors, leaves a mirror finish. We use that product Solo. It is a very, very good product. That's what we're using the majority of the time. Excellent product, very forgiving, very easy to use for beginners. One of the easiest paints to use for a beginner to start off with. Like the finish. Got the family man. He showed up. Hey, Chris. Can you recommend a solid color stain product and application method for exterior cedar siding? So my favorite product, and one of the reasons why, it's a product from Sherwin-Williams, and it's Woodscapes. So Woodscapes, the tint consistency in that product, it seems to be very, very consistent. I've never had an issue, and it touches up really, really well. I've never had a touch-up problem with Sherwin-Williams Woodscapes, and I've had a lot of success with it. Never had any failures with the product. I like how it sprays, and when we're typically applying Woodscapes, the majority of the time, like on cedar siding up here, it's going to be rough sawn. We're going to be spraying it and back brushing it. So
back brushing, good. Brought it into the conversation.
So it's a good point. Typically, what we'd have is John back here would be doing the spraying, and one of us, me or somebody else, would be back brushing, right behind him. And it's very important. Woodscapes does, especially right now, it's 90 degrees, 100 degrees outside, and the product's going to dry, really, really fast. And so you got to have somebody back brushing just right behind you. If you're literally even like 3 minutes, 4 minutes behind, it's going to dry, and the back brushing isn't going to serve a purpose anymore because the product's always dry. It needs to be really saturated. That guy spraying needs to be putting it on heavy enough that you have something to back brush. So it's very important when you're doing fences. The amount of product we would use versus a typical do-it-yourselfer, and a lot of the painters around here. I mean, we're going to use twice as much or 3 times the amount. That's why a lot of people are kind of shocked, how much it costs for us to do a fence. Because when we do a fence,
use a lot of product.
We use a lot of product. Because I haven't seen him before. Max Gill is here just gave us a super chat. I do some painting videos. Many people disagree with me about back rolling. Here in Australia, the drywall manufacturers specify, that's interesting, to back roll. Easier to touch up in the end. Glad to hear it from you. Yeah, so I mean, he's got a good point. So and this is the point about back rolling when it comes to drywall. Thank you very much for the super chat. And I'll just go expand on his point. One of the reasons why it's easier to touch up is when you spray, you're spraying it on your final coat. The atomization of the sprayer, and that's when it comes out of the tip, it atomizes the paint into these tiny little droplets. And the atomization process it actually microscopically changes the color of the paint. And so because it changes the color of the paint, when you go to touch it up, you'll see a color difference when you do your touch-ups. So
that's bad.
When you're doing, and then the other thing is it's spraying it out and it's leaving it in a really smooth finish. And by back rolling it, it stipples it like you would be doing a touch-up, like we would go and touch up, with a 4-inch nap, or if you're going to re-roll like a section of the wall. So it gives the same appearance, because the appearance, if you spray a section and then just roll a spot in the middle to touch up, it'll cause what we call flashing, and you'll see that. And it just makes your touch-ups a lot easier. When you back roll the whole color changing of the paint, when you back roll it, it seems to just help that process, and the color change doesn't seem to be nearly as noticeable when you back roll. So you definitely, in new construction, here's the problem is the builders typically don't want to pay you enough money to afford a second person, right behind you, because it's just labor. It costs you more money.
Paint Tech Academy is checking out. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you very much for being with you. I think that's Ian's profile picture right there, Ian Crump.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
So good night.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning.
So we're talking about back brushing, and somebody asked, do you have any videos showing that?
Yeah, I get specifically, the one video I'm going to post on Wednesday is you're going to see us back rolling,
2 days,
back brushing a fence, and I do have some. We'll talk about decks here for a minute, and I got several videos showing you how we go about doing a deck, and this is another important time to what we back brush and back roll, and so I'll talk a little bit about that. Is when you're applying a deck, if you want your deck to last a long time, and you want your product to hold up, your paint product, you want to apply that product, whether it's a solid color or semi-transparent. Your decks, usually they're wood. There's some type of wood, and they're not going to be completely smooth unless it's brand new. They're going to be a little bit worn, and there's going to be little open pores. There's going to be grain. There's going to be crevices. And back rolling or back brushing that paint gets it down in there and pushes it into the grain of the wood and just makes it bond and adhere a lot better, and gives you just a better overall appearance. And so decks, when we're doing semi-transparent, especially if you're doing oil products, this is
Have you ever had problems with the oil on a deck?
Gosh, this is
any?
Yeah, this is
time to share.
Extremely important. You apply the oil-based semi-transparent stain, and as you're working along that section that you just did like a minute later, you have to take rags and wipe up that excess.
Okay.
And you'll get like some puddling and stuff, and where it's really thick. If you don't wipe that up, it's never going to dry 100%. It's going to stay tacky, which is going to collect dust and dirt, and it's going to look bad. I learned my lesson doing that probably 10 years ago, and I had to go back. If you ever make the mistake of not wiping it up with rags, one way you got to go back and scrub it with lacquer thinner to get that tackiness off. Every place where it's really tacky, and it just becomes a big pain in the neck.
Labor intensive.
Yeah, it's a mess.
So you don't want to leave it pooling on a deck.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you back brush oil on? And then wipe it off with the rag? We
do. So we use the oil we're going to be using. We'll use throwaway brushes, because I never like to clean out my brushes with oil. We'll use what we call chip brushes and rags. And we'll apply the stain with chip brushes and rags. Take the rags, and then we'll drape them out like over buckets and stuff for them to dry. Because this happened to us. This is crazy.
Yes.
I was working on a deck, and we were putting on it was mesmers, and we were staining the deck with mesmers, and all the rags we were wiping it with, I took the rags and I put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and it was sitting right next to the deck. And I don't know how long it was sitting there for. We went off to lunch or something like that, and I came back, and this was absolutely incredible. The bucket the bucket spontaneously busted, caught fire. It started the grass on fire, burned all the grass and all around the deck, and luckily the deck didn't burn up, but it didn't even burn the deck because the grass burned really fast, but the bucket was completely melted and the rags all burned. So that was my experience with.
So now, like, when you have rags, you like
two things we do is one thing we'll do is throw them on a 5-gallon bucket and fill it with water.
Okay.
And so that completely eliminates the whole thing. The other thing we do is we'll drape them out over buckets so they're not folded up, because it's what happens when they're folded. The heat generated inside of them, and it was a hot day when we were doing that. It was like it was 90 plus when it literally caught those things on fire within 15 minutes. Yeah, it's incredible. Yep.
So we do, we are so thankful for everybody on YouTube. And we're celebrating Instagram, and we're excited to start doing Facebook Live. And so we do want to do giveaways on Facebook and Instagram. We want to pick people that are following our live stream. Yeah,
if you don't know, because we got Facebook right here live, Instagram live, and we've been giving away, we've been doing out in the field. We did Staining the Fence live and stuff, and we give away shirts, gave away some shirts on those live shows. Sweet. So it's kind of cool. So you got to check us out on Instagram and Facebook Live. We did give away tonight. We gave away, it was for 10,000 followers, the winner of the Titan gun. That was Brad Kirk. He's on there. Yep. So Brad's got to email us.
And then Chad Rockman was smart and went to the website.
Chad Rockman went to our website, entered the IdahoPainter.com, entered to win the Titan picture gun.
How about if people want to buy your hats or shirts? How do they do that?
My hats we're still waiting for them. I ordered them, so they're coming in.
We're waiting.
And, they said 5 to 6 weeks, and it's probably been around 4. Then my shirts, this style hat, I'm going to be selling it on my own. I have some other style hats, so we got shirts on my website. If you go to my website, you'll see my shirt store, and there you can purchase shirts and accessories, all kinds of paint life accessories and stuff like that, hats and stuff. But you can't buy this one. There's other style hats, but that's just another way you can help support, the making of the videos and the live shows and all that stuff.
I'm not supposed to do that. I forget. Yeah,
it's kind of funny because when I was watching the show that time when you were doing that, I was like, what the heck? It was the weirdest thing.
Weirdest thing. That's okay.
Yeah,
you've been married to me for a long time.
You want to put yourself under the microscope. That's one way to do it.
I'm married to you. So
just do it.
Yeah, you do it. You're such a dork.
Everybody can see me up close.
Goodness gracious.
See my sun-aged skin.
Oh, yeah. We just went to the dermatologist. Yeah. We both have a lot of sun damage.
Yeah. Too many days out in the sun with...
when you're a teenager and you put oil on you and baby oil.
I used to lay in the suntan beds.
Yeah, that was bad. I never did that. Whew, didn't like that.
I was one of the weird bodybuilder guys. That,
you were. He was very weird.
Yeah, I was...
Yeah.
Laid in suntan beds every day, even though I lived in California where there was sun every day.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Very weird, but
But then I used to get up on a stage in a bikini and...
Yep, those were the days. Those were the days. Okay, back brushing.
The stud finder. Why don't you give away the stud finder?
The stud finder goes to...
Right there.
Animals are our angels.
Susan. I love the new hats.
Susan.
You have ordered. Thanks, Susan.
Susan, you won.
She just made a comment right there in front of us. I love the new hats. Cool. And she put a pretty cool little hat emoji.
Yeah, but she just won.
What emoji is?
I do.
All right.
I do. I'm slow to the media, social
Mo
media
Chubby's
stuff.
on. You have big guns. Let's see, bad habits are hard to break. Tumbleweed.
Thank you, Ryan, for being with us.
Yep.
But we need to start reading the people that are with us on Facebook and on Instagram. Because
it's so hard because it's so microscopic and tiny.
We're going to work that process out. Let's see, reader glasses.
Now called the X7. Let me get a Paint Life shirt.
Ooh, we are going to give a Paint Life shirt away to Instagram and...
So T-More, T.M.O.R.E. You're a winner of a Paint Life shirt.
Okay, on Instagram. How are they going to get it?
You got to email us at live show at the-idaho-painter.com. And then we'll just pick one. Let's see.
Oh.
Well, we got Greg Savage on there.
Greg Savage is right there.
Greg Savage from Indiana. Hello from Indiana. You just want yourself a Paint Life shirt.
You got to send your shirt size.
Send your shirt size
and
email
address.
us at liveshow at the-idaho-painter.com. So kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we just gave away a couple shirts. There we go. We got to get John on here to talk about Stucco.
We do.
We got 20
do you want to talk about the exterior at all?
What about it?
Like blistering?
Yeah, so I'll talk about,
no?
Blistering when it comes to, this is
I got a blister in my new running shoes. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Why'd you tell me that?
Because what's blistering?
Really?
No, I was joking. It was funny. I'm funny.
Do you want me to back roll your foot or something?
No, you said when there's blisters, and so I was just curious, what is that?
So you're trying to be funny.
I know.
That's what you're saying. All right. What are all these little
I don't know.
hearts that come flying up and stuff?
I don't know.
Johnny's painting service. Awesome videos. People keep up the great work. That's cool.
Okay.
And live on Facebook has got a handful of people.
Yay.
Kenny Sanders, Cedar decks. What to use, Super Deck or Deckscapes? Hey, that's a really good question. I don't know if you know, Kenny, but Deckscapes has been discontinued.
Ooh, and it was replaced by Super Deck?
Yeah, so Sherwin Williams bought Super Deck, and so now, and they eliminated Deckscapes, and now they filled it in with Super Deck, and Super Deck is a really good product. Deckscapes is probably one of the best deck products I've ever used. I liked it a lot, so I wasn't very happy that they eliminated it, but they filled it in with Super Deck, which is a great product, and I like it. So
yeah.
So when it comes to back roll and back brushing up here, it's interesting because all across the nation and all across the world we were just over in the UK and stuff, and all the houses were brick, all of them. Here they're made out of what we call glorified cardboard, and so we live in cardboard houses up here in Idaho. I'm surprised that the wind and stuff just doesn't blow them over, because I'm surprised they even last more than 10 years, because they literally are just cardboard.
It's glued together.
It's some wood product that they just mulch. A bunch of like mulch, like leaves and stuff.
No, wood, like wood pulp. Pulp.
Isn't that paper?
Yeah, but isn't that what it is? It's kind of
pulp.
Yeah, like wood.
Like orange juice pulp.
Oh my gosh! Stop it.
So yeah, okay. I guess that's a good.
Okay.
We'll go with it. It's like wood pulp, and then they mix some primers and glues and all this stuff, and then they mush it together, and they call this stuff siding. And it looks really weird. It's got wood grain on it. It looks like wood, but it's not. When it gets wet, it expands, and then it never goes back. And it has to be painted, and it has to be painted regularly. And unfortunately, on the back side of it, which moisture can get to and stuff, that's it's going to cause it to get damaged and stuff. But we see it gets blisters in it all the time. These little tiny little blisters when the people don't paint them in time. And those blisters, you have to back roll or back brush it, because when you spray it, it's this weird thing. When you spray it with the sprayer doesn't get into the blister and just like kind of bridge over the gap of the blister, and it's not going to last. So whenever you see that blistering, you have to back roll and back brush it. So we need to get John over here to talk about stucco too.
Yep. So, and bricks. While I transition, you could talk about bricks. Do you back roll and back brush that? Like you said, in the UK, there's a lot of brick houses.
Yeah, so I'll talk about that. So the siding up
Bye,
here.
everybody.
We do paint brick, occasionally, and you're starting to see this trend of people wanting their brick fireplaces white, and people got brick on the outside of their houses and they want it white, and it's extremely important that you back brush and back roll that, and it's just like this painstaking process of getting all the angles in and out, and you're spraying it back roll, and spraying it and back brushing that. I got some videos on painting fireplaces. I've done a few videos on how to paint a fireplace or how to paint brick or stone, so you gotta go check it out. If you don't brick or stone, if you don't back brush or back roll brick or stone, you're going to have a problem with it peeling down the road. And then you shouldn't be using paint either. We use a product called H&C stain. It's a solid color stain that we do brick with. So that's another time when it's very, very important to back brush or back roll. The siding up here, there is a hardy board siding. I had a person asked me, it was either on Instagram or YouTube here, just like a day or two ago, do we back brush or back roll hardy board siding? And we don't. It comes pre-primed, and I've never brushed it or back rolled it in my career, because it's got a very smooth finish to it. It does have a grain to it, but when you back brush it or back roll it, it stipples it, pretty bad, and it gives it a look that just doesn't look very good. So we typically do not back roll in that case. But Here's another scenario, and we'll have John talk about it, and it's stucco, and we do see a lot of stucco up here. There should not be any stucco in Idaho. It's a bad idea, but we do have situations where we back roll and back brush it because we do paint it all the time. So I guess you can talk about a little bit about some of the types of stucco that you see, John, and how you go about in determining whether you back brush it or back roll it.
Yeah, so usually if we're back rolling stucco, we would only do it if there was a lot of cracks in the stucco. And so there's hairline cracks, and then there's going to be things that are more than a hairline crack. If it's more than that, then we would use a masonry caulking and try to kind of caulk and fill those and then work a brush into it so that it doesn't look like this giant seam where we've caulked. But typically when that's the case, we have to back roll all of that paint in order to get it to fill in some of the profile so that those seams don't show up after we've repaired them. Beyond that, we don't really like to back roll stucco if we don't have to, because I think it looks better. It doesn't look as plasticky to me if we can get away from back rolling it, but sometimes we have to.
Because we just painted a house. Today is Monday. We painted one Friday,
yeah.
And we back roll. Did we back roll that one?
We did. We were using an elastomeric product, which we ended up doing 2 coats going around the house, back rolling it on that first coat, and then we would spray a heavy top coat over the top of that again. And that was there was tons and tons of hairline fractures all over the stucco, and that was to help fill in and bridge all of those hairline cracks.
So we used an elastomeric coating when we painted that house. And so why did we use an elastomeric coating that time?
Due to the number of hairline cracks, it really just depends on the cracks we're seeing. There's 2 different kinds of cracks. I feel like there's going to be the normal cracks you get that come off the corners of your windows and from your house settling, depending on how good the foundation guys were. We would fill those in, and if I can get away with it, I will try not to back roll that. We'll just kind of work around that and try to fill that in, but sometimes you just can't. You have to back roll it. With the elastomeric, there were just spider cracks all over the sides of this guy's house. And so to us, the best thing to do was to fill it in with an elastomeric, and the homeowner was especially worried about water penetration on his stucco. And so to kind of help ease his fears on some of that, it seemed like elastomeric was going to be the best thing to go.
So we do, I'd say most of the time we paint our stucco with just the regular house paint that we use.
Yeah, typically we'd use just a 100% acrylic paint.
And does that ever in any cases help fill, when you're back brushing it or back rolling it with a nap, does it fill the cracks at all?
It can, but it's not going to have the elasticity that elastomeric does. So it's the whole point of elastomeric is that it has more elasticity, so it will move as the house continues to shift and move, and it won't break, the surface won't break on that paint.
When we're back rolling stucco, what size roller do we use? Roller cover?
Yeah, so usually we're using this last time we're using a 9-inch roller with I believe it was a 1-inch nap, and depending on the type of stucco and how deep the profile is on the texture of the stucco, you'd go anywhere from a 3/4-inch nap all the way up to maybe even an 1.5-inch nap if you were feeling frisky.
So we do, because we see this blistering a lot in up here with our siding and stuff like that. If we're back rolling it, what size nap roller cover do we typically use for that?
For the,
like if we're rolling, or say like the 4-inch roller, if we're just back rolling it, the blistering and stuff.
Usually we're just using a 3/8-inch nap if it's that typical siding, and so it's just the same nap that we would use for trimming out the house.
Yeah.
We're just trying to push some paint into that and get it in, but the surface is pretty thin, and we're not dealing with a lot of deep pores.
Yeah. We're gonna give away another shirt here. Shirt time. We gave away a shirt live on Instagram here. We gave away one on Facebook right there. But our Paint Life shirts right here, there's one of our shirts. there's the back of it too. We give them away to people that tag us on Instagram and stuff. So we're always giving away. If you whoever wins them, if you want them signed, you can always get them signed, and just let us know when you email us your size. But we'll give away a shirt. Who should we give away one to, Lisa? I think I see right here, Jerry Bramlett. Great topic, guys. Jerry, you're the winner of a Paint Life shirt. So just email us, Jerry, and you got your... Is it... Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy. What did I say? Jerry?
It's close.
I'm dyslexic. There you go. So much we got. Oh, we still got like 10 minutes. Where's that? I want to...
So if you're dyslexic, my question is, have you ever like mixed up what you're supposed to paint the trim, what you're supposed to paint the house? Have you ever done that?
If we did, we would blame it on the new guys instead.
Yeah, and
not really.
We've made just about every mistake there is when it comes to painting, and we're definitely not perfect, and you know, we're trying to paint houses way too fast, and we goof things up, but it's
been a long time since that's happened.
Yeah, but we can fix them pretty fast too. There was one time, I think it was last year, we were painting a house. It was probably 2,000 square feet, and it was about, I think, a lunchtime. You'll probably remember the lunchtime. The customer came home, and the house.
That was just last year.
There may have been a bit of a communication error.
That was last year.
But no big deal.
Somewhere along the line, there was a communication error, and John got the wrong paint from me, or the paint store. But it was the customer's kind of in a little bit of panic, but we're like, hey, it's no big deal.
It's just paint. It ain't no big thing.
It's just paint, and we're painters, and this is what we do. And we turned around, and we were doing the body, and we redid it that same day.
Yeah.
The house still got done that day, so it's kind of cool. Have you seen any questions, Lisa? If you have any questions, just leave them down. Well, grab that. We'll show this Milwaukee light. This is the battery in that thing.
It is.
So Milwaukee sent us a few tools with a one-key system. John and I shot a video that we're going to be doing on the Milwaukee tools and the one-key system. This is the craziest thing. And so we shot this video, and that's you go. Cool. I see the light. So this light, it's crazy because it has light 360 degrees all the way around it, and then it has a bunch of settings, like it goes brighter, it goes to really bright. Ooh,
what is that doing?
Yeah, how do you what the heck? So look, it goes on one side or the other. It does all these crazy things.
But you can control it with your phone. So
yeah, that's we'll get it up. So it's super cool and super heavy duty. It's just crazy. It runs off those M18 batteries from Milwaukee. So they sent us it, and we've been playing around with it, and you literally can control it with the app on your phone. I mean, you're messing around with it, and you can...
Yeah, you can mount... If you're at a job site for a while, you can hook it up to your Bluetooth. You can hang it off of a ceiling, off of a truss or a joist, and yeah, to be able to adjust it with your phone, set a timer with it, that's pretty cool.
That is the sickest job light that I've ever seen. So Milwaukee sent us out. They sent us...
And no extension cords.
No extension cords. They sent us a Sawzall, and they sent us a drill and driver. Yeah. And you've been messing around with it, and it just connects to the app, in a minute or two, I think. And
super easy.
Now, what can you do with it? The app with the Sawzall, there's some things you can do.
Yeah, so you can adjust your speed, how fast the blade starts, and then when it picks up and how long it takes for it to pick up. So if you're doing a lot of repetitive work, you can set it so that it isn't going to burn your blades out on pipe or on wood or different things like that. You can track it, so if it gets lost or if it gets stolen.
That's the really cool thing. It's trackable.
It's trackable.
And then if you think it gets thought, what am I saying?
We don't know.
If it gets stolen, you can lock it.
Yeah, which I don't think tools being stolen isn't really our problem here. Tools being left accidentally at a job site is more the problem. And then to be able to look up your phone and see where that tool last was and go back and get it, that alone pays for the one key upgrade the first time you do it.
Yeah, so it's the new Milwaukee tools with the one key system. Mm-hmm. So they specifically have to have one key, and it has right here. It's one key, and so it connects wirelessly to your phone.
I have a question.
Oh, we got a couple super chats from Steve. Yeah, Steve Gubala. Just wanted to say thanks for all your tips and it's helped. What am I saying tonight?
I don't know.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much, Angel.
I have a question.
Angel Guzman for the super chat too. Looks like he's gonna have himself a beer.
So I have a question. How do I get rid of bad lap marks from a previous poor paint job? Mike has that.
So you can go ahead and answer that one, John.
If I remember right, Mike was asking about maybe some interior ceilings, some new construction ceilings on some bad lap marks. That's a hard one, and it always just depends on the texture of the ceiling and how bad the lap marks really are. If you could go over it again, spray it kind of in a cross pattern against where the lap marks are going, and back roll it in again. Assuming the lap marks you're talking about are from just spraying the last time and not back rolling, you might be able to get away with that if you put on a heavy enough coat. If the lap marks are really, really bad, you might have to start taking a sanding block or a sander and working down some of that stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully you can respray and back roll it. Have you ever used Cabinet by Insulex? I think it's all spelled wrong and everything, but I know what Insulux is. I'm not sure. It says cabinet, like a cabinet. I'm not sure.
I haven't used that.
We haven't. Let's see. Dustless blasting. Must be. Chad Rockman. Elastomeric is white and dries white. It's really thick, and you should use it if you have a leaky roof. That's interesting. Interesting tip there. Wet sanding or RO150 sander. I wonder what kind of sander. XC painter.
Yeah, Mike, I would try rolling it. Mike's asking if it's bad lap marks from the spray gun and if he should roll it. He did 4 coats. You could try rolling it. Ceilings are tricky to spray. You want to definitely, it all depends on where the light's coming in from, and you want to try to go against your lap marks, but you try rolling it, and from there the solutions don't get very easy or very pretty. But
so yeah, somebody the greatest to ever is asking, does you know how to paint waterfall fountains? So there's a product from it might be Insulex that they make it. I use it. It's chlorinated rubber. So chlorinated rubber is a product that you can, and it comes in several colors, and I know about it because I got a video painting pools with it. So you could use it for waterfall. So now that it comes in black and comes in blue and some other colors, but there's an answer. Insulex is who makes it. What were you going to say, Lisa?
It's time to start wrapping the show.
Whoa.
So,
a reminder, don't forget, we got Instagram Live, Facebook Live. Thank you guys very much. Instagram's probably going to shut off because it just automatically goes off in an hour. Thank you guys very much for being with us live. For the people on YouTube, don't forget, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us, please, if you would consider following us. We just had our 10,000 subscribers. We passed that this Sunday, gave away the Titan RX Pro gun to an Instagram viewer, and he was here on live on the show. We're going to be giving away a big giveaway to on Facebook here to help grow the Facebook. We're getting close to like 6,000 likes, I guess is what you call it on Facebook. But don't forget, you can go check out our webpage, theidahopainter.com. Got giving away tools and stuff. We also have email support and phone support. If you need our help, we offer email support, phone support, and we do also offer a copy of our 20-page bid package where you can purchase that and you can see how in the heck we win so many bids with our bid package. So that's available for sale on our website too. And don't forget to ring the little notification bell for the subscribers on YouTube. When you subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, just go look at the subscribe button. There's that little bell. Ring that bell, and then you'll be notified every time we're live. And you'll be able to see, bam, you'll get notified, I think, 30 minutes before. So, yeah, look at that. I've never seen that before.
Got a countdown from
Instagram. Yeah, so it's Instagram is if we're going to say sign off, thank you very much for being with us on Instagram. We'll shut that off right there because it's shutting off. So in live video there, we're going to be ending live on Facebook. We'll say bye to all the people on Facebook. Thanks for being with us on Facebook. Out. We're going to finish that one. Bam. So now we're left with just our... that's interesting. We're just left with our people on YouTube. So what do you say for?
Because I was just typing a comment to somebody and it disappeared. So the live show ended.
Oh,
so no more live chat.
Bummer
it's time for us all to go.
Yeah, Alex Caddy said I'm late to the party. He showed up a little bit late. Hopefully we'll see you next week on the live show. Daniel Silva, I get notified in Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube when y'all come on. Cool. Thank you very much for being here, Daniel. This saying bye. There goes Andrew Slovacek. Thank you very much. Ron Thrall, Miss Mo Chubby, Chad Rockman, Daniel Ward, out. Brian Wagner says, great show. Michael Murray, you'll like Corona. I'm not sure what that is. Corona brushes. Yeah. Lynn. Anyways, thank you everybody for being here. I'm gonna reach up here. I'm gonna find that button right there, and we're gonna say good night to all of you.
Good night. Keep painting.
Keep painting.